senior officials, ladies and gentlemen of the press. It's an honor to welcome you here to another interface with the Gambia government. This is part of our mandate to engage the citizens directly and indirectly. As you know, this is for the media practitioners and those in the media industry. We have another one which is the Sakunda, which is open to the public. Before proceeding today, our guest is the National Health Insurance Authority and your institutions that's helping to change the way health service and healthcare delivery is conducted in our beautiful country. For inviting our colleagues from the National Health Insurance Authority, I would like to invite the Honorable Minister of Information, Media and Broadcasting Services, Dr. Ismail Assise, to give us an update of government's performance in the last few months. Later on, we move on to the NHI focus. Thank you, sir.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair Sankano. Good morning, members of the press. Good morning, senior government officials. Good morning, advisor to the Minister of Information, Media and Broadcasting Services. Good morning, Deputy Director from the Department of Information Services. Also, I have the pleasure to welcome our guest today for this Monday press conference, the National Health Insurance Authority. The reason why we call them here today is because we realize they're doing a very good job serving the healthcare sector in an unprecedented manner. So we deem it fit for them to come and face the government public through the media to explain what they are doing, their achievements, but also their challenges. And also, if there are any questions for them, you can ask those questions. As usual, the purpose of this press conference, like we've always argued, that part of our mandate is to engage in proactive disclosure. We want to bridge the gap between the government and the citizens insofar as information is concerned. We want to ensure that the public has accurate, timely, and authentic information. That is why we have these two initiatives, the monthly press conference and the bi-weekly Secunda, where government, either direct or indirectly, interfaces with the public. So the government can know what the public is feeling, their aspirations, their challenges, but also their concerns. And in the same way, the public can also know what the government is up to, our achievements, our initiatives, our projects, our programs, but also our challenges. Now, as part of the press conferences, we normally give weekly updates from government. The first update that we will announce today is the foundation stone laying for the deep sea port in Sinai. We wish to inform the public that His Excellency, the President Adama presided over the groundbreaking ceremony for the Sinai deep sea port foundation stone laying on Saturday, 5th July. Now, the port is envisioned as a transformative infrastructure project that will enhance the capacity employment opportunities, boost foreign direct investment, and support the growth of industries such as logistics, shipping, and agro-processing. Once completed, this port will strengthen Gambia's strategic maritime position, not only in West Africa, but also globally. As we all know, Gambia is strategically located in the middle of the world. Whichever direction you take, you go to another continent. So therefore, this deep sea port will boost our maritime potential and transform us into a regional maritime hub. The second update is from the Ministry of Information, Media and Broadcasting Services, which is our own ministry, which is the conditional lifting of radio broadcasting license moratorium. Following a cabinet decision on July 1st, 2025, government approved the conditional lifting of the moratorium on new radio and broadcasting licenses. Licenses will now be issued to applicants who meet the following conditions. 1. The proposals that serve rural or undeserved communities. 2. Commercial radio stations with technical and financial capacity for nationwide coverage. This move is intended to strengthen media pluralism and expand public access to information, especially in hard-to-reach communities. So basically what we are saying is that we have partially or conditionally lifted the moratorium which was imposed on radio license application. But the condition is that for you to qualify now to be licensed with the radio licensing, you must either serve a rural population like community radio or nationwide coverage and is moving to commercial capacity. The government of the Gambia made some clarifications last week as well. This has to do with the National Assembly Petroleum Report. The Ministry of Justice sent a statement to the government of the Gambia clarifying that the Joint Committee report on alleged illegal petroleum imports and sale remains internal to the National Assembly. This is very important. What this means is that this report has not been officially debated or adopted in plenary at the National Assembly. And under parliamentary rules, it does not yet carry formal legislative authority. Therefore, the government calls for the patience of the public until the National Assembly completes this procedure. The release ends. Another update is from the National Center for Coordination and Response Mechanism, NCCRM. This is an early warning advisory. The NCCRM released a multi-sectoral risk advisory highlighting concerns related to one, flooding risks, especially in urban and peri-urban zones, sanitation and hygiene challenges, particularly in high-density settlements, livestock vulnerability due to exposure and poor shelter conditions. Key public recommendations include use of mosquito nets to combat malaria, avoid domestic activities, cooking, eating, sitting near open water channels, securing adequate shelter for livestock during the rainy season, but also avoidance of walking or driving through flood waters to prevent injuries and vehicle damages. Another update from the Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture. The authorities informed that Gambia's tourism offerings globally, attracting diasporic and cultural tourism, supporting the Visit Gambia campaign through international outreach, concerts, and media appearances. Another update is from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, International Cooperation, Gambians Abroad, that Minister Dr. Mamadou Tangara has resigned and has been appointed as AU representative. Dr. Mamadou Tangara, Honorable, has stepped down as Minister of Foreign Affairs following his appointment as the African Union Special Representative to Mali and the Sahel. The President has commended Dr. Tangara for his diplomatic service and regional peacekeeping efforts. We also have another update from the Attorney General's Chambers and Ministry of Justice that the Gambia and WIPO, that is World Intellectual Property Organization, has collaborated on workplace safety innovation. The ministry has partnered with the World Intellectual Property Organization to promote innovation aimed at reducing workplace accidents. The initiative will encourage the development of locally relevant technologies and protective solutions in high-risk sectors such as agriculture, construction, and transport. Intellectual property tools will be used to foster safer working environments and sustainable safety practices. The Ministry of Transport, Works and Infrastructure also has validated the Gambia's Road Transport Bill 2025. Now, this draft bill seeks to replace the 1948 Motor Traffic Act and modernize road transport regulations. Now, key provisions in this new draft bill include one, updated traffic rules and vehicle standards, road safety education and enforcement reforms, improved governance of public and commercial transport services. Now, stakeholder validation marks a major step towards enhanced road safety and urban mobility. Remember, the road transport regulations we are using is still in 1948, even before independence. So this new draft bill will innovate this sector. The Ministry of Communication and Digital Economy also has validated the National Data Policy. This workshop was held last week. A high-level working workshop was convened to validate the national draft national data policy. This was developed in partnership with the Ministry of Information, Media and Broadcasting Services, and it aims to create a transparent, inclusive, and digitally empowered society, focusing on one, data protection and privacy, interoperable digital government systems, and improve access to public information and e-services. And finally, the Ministry of Fisheries and Water Resources has handed over the Sub-Regional Fisheries Commission chairmanship to Guinea. Gambia was holding this chairmanship in past years. Now we are handing over back to Guinea. And the statement reads that Gambia formally handed over the chair of the Sub-Regional Fisheries Commission to Guinea after a successful 2-year term. Minister Musa Drame thanked member states for their cooperation and highlighted achievements such as 1. Enhanced regional surveillance against illegal fishing, improved shared data system for sustainable marine resource management. The Gambia remains committed to continued collaboration under Guinea's leadership. Thank you. If you have any questions on this or this, I can take them quickly before we